Saturday morning. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week to chat about your weather forecast, and special edition this morning because we are talking about a massive rain event overnight. While you were sleeping, South Cocoa Beach registered over 7 inches of rain. That is remarkable. Thankfully, we are not getting any reports of any continuous flooding, but at about 4 a.m. or so, there was a flood warning posted for Brevard County, and for good reason. 7+ inches of rain fell within a 2-hour window. That is remarkable. At a time, local police were reporting roads impassable. Thankfully, though, that is done and over with. We have not heard of any remaining impassable roads. Elsewhere, let's talk about how much rain fell this morning. Cape Canaveral, 5.41 inches of rain. Merritt Island, over 4 inches of rain. Cocoa Beach, just under 4 inches of rain. So an incredible scenario, which just furthers the idea that in Florida, anything could go at any time. You just need that perfect scenario, just a little convection or a little convergence, and bada bing, bada boom. Really quite remarkable. All right, where are we this morning? More moisture continues to funnel in. Here is a live look outside on our Tower Cam network. We are peeking over downtown Orlando, and of course, you've got the medical village there in the distance. It is a lovely start to the day with clouds around. Let me take you to our downtown Tower Cam shot, and there you go. The same idea. We do have some blue sky clearing through. Not a ton, but a little bit of blue sky. Let's head over to the other downtown shot. It's gorgeous, right? Into the tourist district we go, and just a little bit of blue sky, plenty of clouds over top. Oh, there is a lot of moisture. The Kennedy Space Center into Brevard County showing the same idea. Lots of clouds, just a lot of cloud cover this morning. Melbourne, boy, cloudy start. Here's a look from Cocoa over toward Port Canaveral, and the clouds continue for you. And last but not least, the moment of zen as we take you outside and see what's doing in New Smyrna Beach. So we had the flooding rains this morning. Important to note that our first warning live Doppler radar is done and over with. But let me take this and let me just rewind this, okay? Let me go 6 hours ago. May not. All right, let me load our other radar shot. Yeah, that'll do a little bit better. All right, so this was 6 hours ago. That was 2 a.m. And what's so interesting is we had plenty of rain over Brevard County already, but watch what happens thereafter. It's like it hit at 2:40. It hit a little piece of convergence energy. There was plenty of lightning, plenty of thunder, but right there, it just poured and poured and poured. And eventually by about 4 a.m., you can kind of see that rain's fading out, and it has since moved out. So a remarkably wet start to our morning. Looking ahead to the overall weather pattern, here we are today, stormy weather because a cold front is sitting just north of us. And interestingly enough, this cold front is producing fall-like weather across other parts of the country. Let me find that snow. That feels like, here's what I'm looking for. Let's look at temperatures elsewhere. Waking up in other parts of the country, do I see 57 degrees right now in Buffalo, New York, 64 degrees in Boston? Just a couple of weeks ago when I was in Boston, it was like 95 degrees. It's hot up there. Look at the difference now. 69 in St. Louis, 66 in Raleigh. So it's a fall's preview of sorts. And that frontal boundary, as we come back to our weather perspective here, that frontal boundary, as it pushes into our area, what it's doing kind of interesting is it's like a broom. It's sweeping out moisture out ahead of it. And that moisture is the reason we had the flooding rains this morning. It's also why, looking ahead to the day today, we also have the threat for flooding. Here's the kind of flood potential map over the next couple of days. And notice today and tomorrow running that risk for flooding. So keep that in mind. All right. That's where we're at. Let's talk about the forecast then, shall we? 12-hour forecast showing a nice quiet start to our morning, but we're going to develop more and more of those showers and storms into the afternoon. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast, and then I will take your questions. This morning, fine. Notice by lunchtime, we're starting to popcorn up a little bit of that rainfall here or there. There's 2 o'clock, firing up thunderstorms around. Then it moves off toward, the area beaches. 4 p.m. Flagler County getting poured on, and as Ryan literally just pops on my screen, we need the rain bad in Flagler. It looks like you'll get it. Then we push the rest of it into like Volusia and Brevard County. It's funny because in talking to folks this morning on social, everybody in general was saying Brevard needs the rainfall. When we look at give me a minute and I'll pull this up. When we look at the rainfall numbers for Brevard County, if I can find the graphic, here we are. When we look at the Brevard County numbers, Melbourne is the official reporting station, okay? It says April total, that should be August total. Hold on. Let me fix this. And it says 2020 so far. Obviously, this graphic, hold on. Monthly total. This graphic was updated, and so far this year, bear with me, so far this month. Okay. All right. This is what I'm trying to show. There we go. So you can tell we're in a deficit though, right? Like yesterday didn't get any rain. So far this month, only 1/10 of an inch of rain in Melbourne officially. Now, what did Melbourne get so far today? Let me just check the raw numbers. I don't know that Melbourne got much. Precipitation, yeah, 3/100ths. So didn't get much today. Melbourne as a whole, though, when you look at that below normal, 7.5 inches below normal. So definitely rain is a thing, not just in Brevard County, but for all of us. You just don't need 7 inches all at once, right? So there's that. All right, so we know that the rain chances are moving from west to east. This plays out well, though, for Bucks football. Maybe you're a Bucks fan, maybe you're a Dolphins fan. Preseason football, super excited about this. The Dolphins heading over to Raymond James Stadium, clearing skies for that 7:30 kickoff, and you can watch that preseason game right on WESH 2. We are your home for the Bucks, so very excited for that. Ashley says, my Tempest said we got 2.21 inches. Where are you, Ashley? Oh, excuse me. Oh, my goodness. Okay, we know someone has been driving a DeLorean up to 88 miles per hour somewhere near WESH 2 News this morning. Oh, yeah. Old Christina. She got her day confused. Arthur says, go Bucks. I'm so excited to have this because I know in addition to the Bucks forecast, there's UCF football on the horizon. So excited. This time of year is my favorite time of year. Track Shack got their race going this morning. We've got Bucks football, college football right around the corner. Man, no yawning. It's hereditary. I know. All right, Joyce, let me switch over to my coffee. All right, I'll drink some coffee. Tropics heating up. Indeed, Mary, it is. So before we move on to the tropics, any questions about the forecast for today or this weekend? Because the weekend as a whole is actually looking to be fairly stormy. Beth says, go Dolphins. Oh, we've got a little friendly rivalry, do we? All right. Any questions about our local weather? Peter, Little League World Series, that's over in Omaha, isn't it? I know it's not here. Oh, my mic cable's sticking out. All right, so that's where we're at. Tropics, let's chat about it, shall we? First and foremost, we've got a little guy out in the open Gulf of Mexico. Convection starting to fire up a little bit here. It's not rapidly intensifying or anything like that. It's something that we knew would be where it is when it is, but we also knew that it wasn't a big threat. This is Invest 98. Big rains expected for our friends there in Texas, okay? There was a mission scheduled by the hurricane hunters today. They have canceled that because it's obviously not like rapidly intensifying and there's just no need to spend that money on this. I'm looking for, this is what I'm looking for. All right, let's take a look at the satellite and radar in that area. Oh, Little League World Series is in Pennsylvania. College World Series is in Omaha. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. So there's the kind of the radar out of the area, and you can see how it is phasing up pretty quickly. As the sun comes up, I think this is going to bubble up. Does it become something tropical? We'll see. But I definitely think that it's going to be something worth tracking. The models have been kind of hinting at that as well, so we'll definitely have to keep our eyes on it. So let's do this. Let's just take a look and see. Let's do, I'm just trying to think what the best way to show this would be. Multi-parameter. I guess we'll do pressures fine. Yeah, we'll do pressure. All right, so let's look at, this is the European model. All right, this is the European model, and you can see on the left side there, that blue dot is the anomalously low pressure that is Invest 98. It's showing that as it makes landfall late tonight into tomorrow, like 2 a.m., that there may be some, there may be some development possible, right? But same thing off of our east coast there. You can see on August 14th, off of the east coast of Florida. Could there be something trying to get going? May be the case. Maybe the case. Let me go widen out the angle just a little bit. And yeah, we'll have to watch and see. The Europeans trying to is broadly lowering pressure. Nothing too crazy. We'll widen out the perspective even more, and we'll go further out using the 0Z model run. Some sort of an area of low pressure may be working up toward Nova Scotia, tropical or non-tropical, don't know yet, but definitely we'll be watching something. And then as that lifts away, maybe some lowered pressure there over the open waters of the Atlantic. Meanwhile, you could see off the coast of the Carolinas there, the mid-Atlantic, a little piece of energy there. And then by the end of the model, this is the 23rd of August, an unorganized area of low pressure north of Puerto Rico. All right, now this is an interesting time frame because if you follow our long-range forecast at all, there's a couple of things that I want to draw to your attention, okay? First and foremost, let's just look at the month, all right, as is published. You've got the 8th and the 9th watching Florida. We had an uptick in rain, didn't develop into anything tropical. 10th and 11th watching Texas, Louisiana. Here we are, it's the 13th, we're watching Texas and Louisiana. So that piece of the pattern is there. But around the week of the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, we've got the Mid-Atlantic and Florida highlighted, right? Let me bring back this model just a little bit. And let's do U.S. regions, Mid-Atlantic, perfect. All right, so let's do this. 24th and 25th, you see watching Mid-Atlantic. Here's a look at the European model, and there you go. Watching the Mid-Atlantic, there's a little storm system there. All right, pulling away, but it's there. All right, so that's definitely something to kind of watch. That's a better view. All right, so as that pulls away, you've got that something heading toward Florida or the Bahamas, if we were to say so. And if you look at the timeline, you've got 26th, 27th, 28th watching Florida. Here's the 23rd, so it's a little early, but you can see there's that area of low pressure, unorganized as it may be, but it's kind of working over toward the Bahamas. I'll widen the perspective out a little bit more, and we'll just kind of switch over. So that's the European. Let's come back over here. Let's switch over to the GFS. Storm system very near Long Island and the kind of New England states there around the 17th. It would be a little early for that Mid-Atlantic feature. It would be a week early. I think that it's probably the right feature, but the wrong timeline. So we'll watch that. But the 19th, 20th, kind of rolling through. Not much to track, not much to track. The 22nd, 23rd, not much to track. GFS showing something out around the Cabo Verde Islands, but not much to track. And then right at the end there, look into the Caribbean. Right? That's the 29th. The GFS trying to fire up some sort of an area of low pressure. I think, though, this time of year, the best thing to do is to take a look at all of the ensemble members and just see what they're doing, right? So let's just roll through time. couple of the ensembles wanting to get something going, pulling away from Florida these next couple of days. Notice around the 18th, they're trying to show something around New England and the Canadian Maritimes. Then you can kind of see here around the 20th, models are indicating something maybe around the Gulf of Mexico. 21st, 22nd, let me just back this up, 21st, 22nd. Some of the ensemble members trying to show something getting going around the southeast, and then look at that, that's the 27th. One of the ensemble members trying to show something a little closer, like around Florida. So I'll zoom that in, and you kind of see, yeah. Let me back this up. So we've got some members showing stuff around the end of the timeline there. So, you know, there's the GFS ensemble. If we come over to the European ensembles, let's just kind of see. So right now we've got that moisture around South Texas, not really doing much. Maybe some area of low pressure developing as it pulls away from Florida the next couple of days. There's the 19th, still quiet. 22nd, a couple of ensemble members showing something around the mid-Atlantic. And then there you go, around the 27th, 28th, a lot of those members showing something around. So again, you know, we're just starting to get some activity firing up. I think we're still on par for our long-range forecast. This part of the pattern in Texas is tied back to the November 27th storm system. We highlighted it in yellow because it's not a hot spot. It's an area of interest. And frankly, I think that we're doing okay in terms of that. Doesn't look like it's wanting to rapidly intensify, but we had that in the timeline as being mid-August. Developing something maybe mid-August. Early to mid-June, it was a non-tropical storm system, so there's that. Yeah, all right? So that's where we're at. Amiana says, no, I don't want anything. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. All right, to your questions and comments, I apologize. When I get started, sometimes I just can't stop. I just go into hardcore nerd for a few minutes there. Houston, Texas does need the rain. Indeed, Juan, they do. Yes, sir. Tropics beginning to wake up, but development, if any, will be slow, Juan says. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the pattern that we're in right now. Yeah. Ryan says, breakfast and paperwork time. Have a great, fun, safe day. You as well, buddy. You as well. There's still about 90% of the Atlantic hurricane season left. Now is a good time to prepare. It's true. I just need the weather to cooperate for the 22nd for my flight. I'm sure it will. I'm sure we'll be just fine. My grandson is doing the Crucible in South Carolina on the 25th and 27th of August. How's the weather going to be then? Well, first off, thank your grandson for his service. Thank your entire family for your service, because it is a contribution of the entire family. Best of luck to your grandson. I would say that there's a couple of features that we're watching. Should be right along the shoreline, though. Hopefully it won't bother the Crucible at all and make it any more difficult. Yeah. Wicked storms overnight in Port Orange, Trish says, even by Florida standards. Oh no, the wind took down our outdoor lights and knocked over plants. Oh man. We have power but still don't have internet. Oh, good gravy. Well, the power outages have gone down. Man, sorry to hear that. Let's see here. It's too soon to see Futurecast for Monday morning. We were scheduled to get concrete poured in Osteen. I would say you should be okay, Nikki. Yeah, it's too early, but the overall rain chance goes down, and then obviously the morning should be pretty okay. Yeah. All right. Make sure I'm getting this right. If a system has a 10% chance of developing, does that mean it also has a 90% chance of not developing? Jim's asking. Yeah, basically. Yeah. The overall grand scheme of things, at least when it comes to tropics, is think of it as there's a low chance. I mean, it could happen, and it could happen, you know, near shore systems, they can bubble up fairly quickly. But for right now, it does not look like it's going to be a thing, which is fine by me, which is fine by me. It's exactly where and when we had a little piece of energy for South Texas, so we're doing good. We're doing good, you ask me. Yep, we're on par for late August. I still think that things are going to be getting a little bit more active around the week of the 20th. So we've got another, 7-8 days, and I think we're going to start to see the Mid-Atlantic and Florida as tropical areas to watch. Okay? All right, we've got a Today Show cutting coming up in just a couple of minutes' time. Any questions, comments, concerns, people? Anything? Anything? Where was I during Charlie? Oh, is today? Oh my gosh, how did I miss that? I was tracking Hurricane Charlie in a weather center. Oh my gosh. We're coming up on 20 years? Are you kidding me? Certainly I have a memory on Facebook I can share. Yeah, wow. I can't believe it. Yep, this is a picture of me. Where was I during Charlie? This is a picture of me in a weather center in Orlando tracking Hurricane Charlie. Wow. 18 years ago. My brain is melting. Today is the Hurricane Charlie anniversary. I am so, I had blonde highlights back there, man. I thought I was a fratty daddy, y'all. With the pen in my ear. It's amazing how things change. My God, Hurricane Charlie? 18 years ago? This, by the way, if you don't know, how much time do we have? 2:55. All right, so I'm going to have to go here in a minute. This is the path Hurricane Charlie took. For those of you that may not know, it made landfall in southwest Florida as a Category 4 storm. It made it through Orlando and off the shoreline of the East Coast. It was a wild storm. I remember I slept at the television station that night because the roads were so bad. And people that tried to drive home, because the storm made landfall at like 2 p.m. and was off the East Coast at like midnight. The people that tried to drive home all got stuck with like popped tires because of pieces of roof everywhere. And that's like in Orlando, mind you. Wow. 18 years ago. I was working in television. Half the people I work with aren't even 18. No, they are, but you were in high school? Man, that was my first hurricane that I ever tracked in television. Like continuous coverage was Hurricane Charlie. Okay, now thanks to y'all, I'm gonna feel old and decrepit the rest of the day. 18 years ago was Charlie? God. I discovered my obsession for Red Bull that day. And then there was Francis and Jean. Y'all brought me down. I'm just kidding. 18 years ago, that's crazy. All right, well, with that, I'm gonna go. Remember it well, our Charlie cat showed up that day and he's gone now. Oh, sorry about that, Arnett. All right, I gotta go do TV. I'm not a fratty daddy anymore. Don't ask the question, you know the answer. I'm a father of 2. I'm a broken man. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Wow, 18 years since Charlie. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out. My brain hurts now because of this. I will see you guys and gals later. I'll be posting and tweeting through the day. Showers and thunder showers, lots of them, all right?